Smiley Morning Show, 23 minutes after the hour. We got a lot of stuff going on to talk about. On Friday, a 6-year-old student in Virginia took a gun to school and deliberately shot his first grade teacher. The teacher was shot in the hand and chest, but is now in stable condition. Yesterday, we found out that the gun was legally purchased by his mother. Did y'all hear about this, Maria?
Yeah, I heard about this. It's all over social media and the news, and police are still investigating, but they say the shooting was not an accident. The boy only fired one shot, but it hit his teacher, who you said, was shot in the hand and chest. She was only 25 years old. Another school employee rushed in after hearing the gunshot and said the boy became a little combative and hit the employee. And they still don't know how he did it, but he was taken to a mental hospital for evaluation.
Now, this is crazy because the mom who owned the gun could be prosecuted under Virginia law and get up to a year in jail or a maximum fine of $2,500. But a common law doctrine known as the infancy defense says the children under 7 cannot be prosecuted for a crime because they're incapable of forming criminal intent, meaning even if found guilty, he cannot be put in juvenile detention.
Yeah, Brad, but the parents say there is a little security at the school, no metal detectors, and the mom legally owned the gun. Not sure how the kid got it, but who's really responsible is the question, and what do you think the punishment should be?
What are your thoughts, Brad?
I mean, I think the mom should have had the gun put in a safe place, locked up, so the kid couldn't get it. That's what I think.
Special K?
Yeah, there's no way to take responsibility away from the parent in this. A 6-year-old shouldn't have access to that.
Yeah, and the question is, like, I'm thinking about, because I have a 6-year-old in the house as well. Like, let's go back. When I was growing up, I was 6 years old. My granddaddy kept his pistol in the top drawer next to some M&Ms, and I knew as a kid, do not touch that Crown Royal bag and what was in it, and then you better not ever touch it. And to this day, I never touched it.
So that brings me to the point that maybe she never told this 6-year-old son where the gun was. It's real. It's not a toy. Because as a 6-year-old boy, what do? We like toy guns. We like Nerf guns. We like them little guns. We run around the house pretending like we're shooting things. So the kid,
but he had to know it was real in order to go to school and shoot the teacher. He had to know that gun was real.
That ain't no toy.
Yeah, he knew that was real because he intentionally shot the teacher.
Yeah.
And then I'll say I understand he's 6 years old, and I just want to know y'all thoughts. Maria, help me on this. Some 6-year-olds just be bad like that, and they have a real bad temper, or whatever. I remember being in the first grade, and some other 6-year-olds that would almost be about to fight the teacher, and you looking at him like I wouldn't dare do nothing like. Maria, what are your thoughts?
Well, I try to look at it from a very empathetic perspective. I just kind of wonder what's going on in the home. I think they did the right thing by taking the child to a mental hospital for evaluation because clearly there are some challenges, whether mentally or emotionally there. But I still remember, to this day, being a single mother before I got married and the challenges that I experienced. And, even when I was working in radio, I was getting food stamps. I mean, I was on WIC. I struggled. And some people, when they're struggling, or, you're working multiple jobs to care for your child and you can't be present. And I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I think that there's so many layers to this and things that we should be looking at to say, well, what was the root of this behavior and why did it come to this,
And then the other question, should they have metal detectors in all schools?
It's getting to the point.
It seems like we're getting to that.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I think it's a no-brainer at this point. Why wouldn't we? We got them everywhere. You got them at the courthouse.
So sad.
You got them everywhere
It's so
else.
scary. As a parent, I mean, my daughter in middle school, I just wonder, where her classmates' heads are at. And I literally get scared sometimes with my kids being in school.
So who doesn't agree with having metal detectors at school?
I'm just talking about like an overblank, just metal detector. Like if somebody come through there with some, like you damn near gonna have to have TSA in schools now.
And that doesn't even make sense that we're having this conversation. It doesn't sound right because school is supposed to be a safe haven for kids.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's
not anymore. You got the gun laws. What's that, Gary?
Metal detectors in schools. I don't think they should have metal detectors in all the schools.
Why?
It's just like, because I remember back when I lived in Houston going
this ain't back.
Yeah, well, it ain't back that these kids, honey, not coming back and shooting and killing neither, too. The 6-year-old today is not the 6-year-old yesterday. These are two different 6-year-olds.
Well, Gary, that might be the reason why we need the damn metal detectors, because they are not the 6-year-olds from our day when we know.
But it depends on where you come from, though, Rick. I never forget. Neiman Marcus did not put metal detectors on their clothing because it was offensive to their rich clients. So they did not have metal detectors, but people still
got
stole.
them on there now?
Well, they not
go in
really.
Neiman Marcus right now. You see all them clothes on those wire things that they have to come and unlock them damn $1,200 jean jackets.
Yeah, but you can't offend people. So kids that's not used to this madness and
I'd
stuff,
rather people be offended than people getting shot.
Yeah, well,
you know what? My daughter's middle school, they have lockers all lined along the hallway, and they don't use them. All of the books are now online, so there's no reason to bring a backpack. So there's certain things I think that schools can do, like make everything digital, no backpacks, no lockers. But I mean, that's not going to stop. If somebody wants to bring a gun,
they
and they're
need
going to find
metal
a way.
detectors.
They're going to have to have metal detectors.
Realize that's just where we at.
Because now you're not even worried about somebody breaking in there in the school, shooting up the school. Now you're worried about the kids all the way down to a 6-year-old. That's a first grader.
Each student has to get wanded or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to do that, probably have to do that doggone metal detector, or like the damn TSA agent, like period, point blank. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. You just have to do it. Ain't no way you get in that school without going through, it's just like the airport. You know, you see what I'm saying? When they put that stuff in the airport, when TSA stepped this game up, you ain't seen none of that stuff happening after September the 11th.
Some hospitals have metal detectors.
Absolutely.
You have to go through.
But we saying this, but it's still somebody going to say it's offensive. Did you know how offensive those damn TSA people are?
We don't care about people being offended.
Oh,
You're
really?
trying to save people's lives.
Well, you're trying to save people's lives, but people still concerned about honey being offensive and offended. So you're going to still have that argument. People going to still be, I'm offended that you touched my child the way you did.
They'll be all right, Gary.
People are offended if you correct or say don't do this. If you say don't do something that has a negative effect on me, they're offended. That's just a generation of society we live in now, Gary. Everybody get offended about everything. You can't even damn do comedy no more because somebody people being offended. I don't care because I don't want my child to get shot because we trying to look out for the people that's offended. Man, not like for real, Gary. We really do need to put some metal detectors in all schools and just certain places, barbershops.
Yep.
Look at all the crimes in certain places or whatever. Look at all these. It's an American carnage going on. Carnage going on, man. You can't do nothing about the gun laws. So the only thing you can do now is figure out, since the gun laws are out of control, is how to keep everybody safe.